Yeah, the biggest brands on Amazon that are scaling look at metrics very differently than smaller brands. A lot of smaller brands will be just like looking at their ACoS, their ROAS in console. These bigger brands that are operating at scale are much more in tune with the proper metrics that align with the category. Like I said, it's very nuanced. Like depending on where you're at and what product you're selling, what you're looking at should be different. So, for example, if you sell supplements, that is a high repeat purchase driven category where you're relying on acquiring that one customer leads to one, two, three more sales down the line in a year. So you can afford to pay more to acquire that customer because you understand the lifetime value of that customer and what that actually translates to, that one customer translates to revenue wise in a full calendar year or over a long period of time. So you can extrapolate that out, and you may be looking in your ad console like, oh, my ACoS is so high. But what you don't understand is that LTV, ACoS, or that CAC LTV ratio over time. So that's extremely important. So, if you're in a supplement category, you should be looking at your new to brand rate. Are you optimizing for new to brand, going after new to brand, seeing incremental new to brand sales growth? Which ad types drive the best new to brand rates? Should you lean into more? Which touch points are kind of reaching net new customers most effectively? And then, understanding that LTV, CAC LTV ratio over time is really what those supplement brands are looking for. Now, in contrast, if you have a really high AOV product, much higher price, people aren't just searching and buying like they do with supplements. A lot of times, those purchase journeys for lower price point items are search and buy, click, add, and buy. Like it's not like there's this huge customer journey, but for those higher AOV products, there's a lot longer consideration window that you need to kind of understand in order to properly optimize your ads. So, we had this client that sold adjustable bed frames that are like $2,500 at least each on Amazon. And so the customer journey for something like that is much longer. It's months. It's like 3, 6, 9 months potentially. And so Amazon's attribution window only goes back, 7, 14 days at most. So depending on the ad type. So you're going to miss the true attribution of that customer journey. So the way you deploy marketing, the way you understand your metrics, you're going to be looking at the customer journey, how many touch points it typically takes for a person to convert. You're going to look at your ad mix, which touch points, which ad types are most effective at converting versus reaching new to brand, creating that initial touch point and awareness within your category, and then making sure that you're present within each of those different touch points and placements. So you're going to have queries like you've got your audience targeting with DSP and all that type of stuff where you can hone this in, and then you've also got your search keywords, which you can also kind of think about as having different funnel stages as well. So you have very short tail keywords which are more research based. Those are like browsy keywords where people just kind of search and look and click around and buy. You're going to want to be present there to engage that initial touch point. You're also going to want to be present in non-brand searches where people might just be kind of browsing. Again, those longer tail keywords, which are more specific, you're going to want to be there. Your branded keywords, you're going to want to actually focus on defending those, because when the customer actually comes to convert, they're probably going to search for your brand name, and you want to just make that experience a lot easier. So it's highly nuanced is all I'm trying to say. And that whatever category you're in, you need to understand what the true mechanism of growth is for your business and what those key KPIs are depending on your unique category and pricing and all that type of stuff that needs to be considered to understand what key metrics do you need to track and are most important, and then understand how to go get those metrics and track them and pull the reports all together